So I got this email from Joanne the other day asking about these mineral deposits, and she sent a couple pictures of her car, and these are it. So I thought what we would do is talk about, can you fix this while we wash my freshly ceramic coated truck, because they're actually totally related. And there's a few things that I also asked in this email thread here. What kind of car it was being the main one. Now I know what this is as soon as I saw the pictures, but when you also talk about how this is on a Honda Fit, I believe it was, specifically, that also comes into play with my experience of dealing with a lot of Hondas, Fords, and this is actually not mineral deposits. So she thought it was mineral deposits, was asking if Pure Magic Cleaner would fix this, but what this is, as a little too long didn't read, don't want to watch the rest of the video, is this is clear coat failure. This is a sunburn on your car, and that's how it ties into ceramic coatings and ceramic coating maintenance. But again, I thought I would actually do it as we wash a ceramic coated truck for the first time. But this is actually clear coat failure. Joanne, thank you for reaching out. And if you guys like this, I get a ton of questions like this on how to fix issues just like this. Just send me an email, post a comment. It's obviously helpful if we have pictures that we could see and stuff like that. That is pretty nasty looking, and I could easily see how people think that it's mineral deposits, but this is actually a sunburn. So let's talk about it. So what this is, what you're seeing, this kind of white part right here, is a sunburn, and that is actually, as we begin to wash the car, that is the easiest analogy to make, as to kind of explain what that is. So if you think about a sunburn on your skin, what happens after you get a sunburn? It starts to peel, it starts to crack. That top layer begins to be removed or need to be removed. And so what's happening in relation to a car is you have your base coat, you have your clear coat on your car, right? Everyone's familiar with those terms, and those are the protection. Now, on top of that, that is, the outside layer of your skin. You have clear coat, essentially. Actually, when you're in the shower and you have on your skin is actually naturally hydrophobic and hydrophilic. It sheets water and beads water on your skin just naturally, right? Kind of interesting. And so when it comes to your car, man, this is gonna be a lot harder to talk my ideas and wash a car at the same time, harder than I thought. So look at that, couldn't even remember to turn the machine on. And so when we think about car paint or the exterior of your car, if we think about the analogy of your skin when you're out in the sun, when you get a sunburn, if you don't put sunscreen on, you will turn, if you're white or whatever, you will turn really red. And then if you get a sunburn, your skin will peel, right? Your skin will peel. And so to help prevent against this, what we do is we put sunscreen on, right? And then sunscreen comes in the form of all different levels, right? You have your SPF 20, you have your SPF 15, you have your SPF 10, you have your SPF 100, you have your SPF 80. And if you're like me, I just skip all those lower ones and I automatically go for the SPF 100 because I just burn. I don't tan. I just burn, unfortunately, right? And so I'm always at SPF 100, which is the equivalent of like a ceramic coating for your car, right? You could think of SPF 20 or SPF 10 as like a carnauba wax for your car. What happens? It burns off quicker. You don't have the protection for as long, right? But if you get an SPF 80 or an SPF 100, you have 100 minutes in the sun before you need to reapply. But what is the common theme in all of the sunscreens for your skin? You have to reapply. And so when we put a ceramic coating down on a car, a wipe-on ceramic coating is like an SPF 100. But we still need to reapply sunscreen. We still need to retop it. So maybe we'll use a tougher shell or a ceramic spray to maintain that SPF 100 on the car. So, think of tougher shell as maybe an SPF 50 or an SPF 40. It's not quite the 100 that you got, but it's also not as thick as sometimes 100 is, or, you know, even I think the best sunscreen is just like a pure zinc oxide. And so, you know, if you think of pure zinc oxide versus like a banana boat or a sprayable sunscreen, that zinc oxide is going to be kind of thick, white, heavy, hard to rub in, but it's going to give you the best protection against the sun. And it's probably the best for your skin, right? It doesn't have a bunch of additional chemicals in it. So putting a ceramic coating down on your car is really like putting pure zinc onto your face, right? And so it's going to give you the best protection possible. So, which is what we need on a car to prevent that skin fading, that skin peeling that Joanne saw on her Honda Fit, right? And so what we need to do is we need to avoid getting to that point altogether. So how do we avoid getting to that point? We use stuff like we did on this truck, and I did a whole 3-part series, and I'll make sure to link it below. But we did, we polished it out. We made sure the prep was done, and then we wiped on a ceramic coat, and we put a heavy zinc-esque layer on the skin of the car, right? And now as I wash it to clean it, cleaning all the dirt and debris off, then I will reapply, you know, an SPF 30, an SPF 40, an SPF 50, and we're topping off the ceramic coating, right? And so we're protecting it because we don't ever want to get to that point that Joanne is at right now, because the only fix for that is to actually repaint the car, because there's no clear coat left. You can't, you know, when your skin is burnt from a sunburn, you can't like scrub your way to fresh skin. You have to let the skin regrow, right? But the problem with the car is we don't have regrowing clear coat. Once you burn through the clear coat, it's done, right? Think about it. If you were to get a really significant burn on your body, they might have to do a skin graft. They literally have to take skin from somewhere else and put it on your body, because you don't have any skin left to regrow in that area, right? And so with a car clear coat, once it's burned and you've burned through all the clear coat, there is no new clear coat to go from. You have to reapply fresh clear coat. You have to get a skin graft basically on your car, right? So the idea, or the best case scenario, is to never get to that point to where you need to get a skin graft for your car. You don't need to repaint your car to get it where you want it to be. You want to prevent that, right? So we do things like when we go to the beach, we wear sunscreen. Before I start washing my car out here today, I'm wearing sunscreen, right? I'm washing my car, I have it ceramic coated with, you know, a fresh layer of zinc, the best protection you can, and then I will reapply with some less protection, but that it's easy to apply. So that kind of goes into my whole theory with my chemical brand, is I don't want you to get to the point where you need a repaint, where you need something else. So therefore, let's make the easiest to use and most durable products. I actually saw a product brand the other day talk about how they're making their products less durable, because they want them easier to apply, which is a really hard balance. And I've talked about, you know, this kind of gets into the weeds of car detailing and product brand a little bit, but I've talked about that give and take with a lot of products, because it's really hard to make a product, and sometimes impossible to make a product that is very easy to apply but offers extreme durability. Usually when you're going for extreme durability, you sacrifice some other things. So you might it might be really hard to apply. You know, that's why I was so offended one time when my products were put into a YouTube test, and, you know, the person that was comparing them to a product that was so difficult to apply that he couldn't even level it without it streaking. And well, that's not a viable product. If you have a product that offers extreme durability, but you can't even get it to not streak when you're doing half a panel, how do you expect someone to do a whole car with that? That's an unrealistic test. That's an unrealistic, observation. We need something that, can work in direct sun, that is super durable, right? Easy to apply so that you do it often. the number one complaint that Turtle Wax got about Seal and Shine is it's really durable, but it streaks really bad. So what does that mean? People don't use it often, right? And as a product brand, you actually want people to use your products often, right? And so that's with all my products. We are, developing products that are super user-friendly, super easy to apply, and offer the best durability possible for those circumstances. And so, to answer Joanne's email, it's unfortunate because it's, you got to be the bearer of bad news and saying that, there's no way to fix that. I don't sell a product that fixes that for her. You can't sand that off. You can't sand that off and have new clear coat underneath. Your car needs a skin graft. So what I suggest to people is you wash your car often. You wash your car with good quality products. You try not to touch your car if you can avoid it, if you're worried about scratches and swirls. That's why I developed the Super Soaper. But all my products are designed on purpose. I don't have any fluff in my line. Just like I try not to have any fluff in my videos, because I'm trying to give you guys the best result possible based on my experience of, one, being a mobile detailer for a really long time, two, working at chemical manufacturers, and now three, having my own product line. And so I want to save you guys from having your car repainted, and I also don't want you to have to spend a bunch of time on the weekends or during the week or your days off to get that. I want it to look great. I want it to look awesome. Now this truck was freshly ceramic coated. This is actually the first wash that I've done on it after about a week. It's a brand new car. That's the best time to ceramic coat a car, though you can technically ceramic coat a car at any time. And so this is the first wash after a couple rainstorms. I'm going to do a double foam because that's how I like to do it. So this is the first initial foam down. And I'll show you something before I foam it again. So everyone that's familiar with my channel is familiar with kind of my methods, but if it's your first time here, my preferred method, as you saw, is I foam a dry car. This car was pretty dirty. I like to foam a dry car. If you don't have a foamer, I did a whole video on pump sprayers. You can get a pump sprayer like this. This one from, I think I got this one from Amazon. I'll try to remember to link the video down here, but if not, maybe someone will get me. So I tried to do that. I foam a dry car because that is letting the Super Soaper in its full concentration hit the surface of the car. Then I rinse it and I will foam again. With the car wet, I will foam again, and then I will do a contact wash. You can see the orange towel up there. I will do a contact wash. The second foam, the reason why I wait to do a contact wash and you don't see any buckets around or anything like that, is because I know with the Super Soaper that the car is pretty much clean. There's no dirt on that towel. So I know that with that initial foam in a ceramic coated car, I got the car virtually clean. And where a lot of scratching happens with the car is a lot of people just rinse with water, and then they go in after they've rinsed with water because they think the surface is clean with their wash mitt, and really there's a ton of dirt and grime on the surface. But as you can see, even with that initial foam on with the Super Soaper, the car is virtually clean. Now, I think there might be some road grime, or there might be some, heavy buildup somewhere. Let's check down here on the rockers. Let's see, even down there. And this has gone through a rainstorm. So it's 99% clean, but I want it 100%. So what I will do is I will foam it up again. I have my microfiber towel because all I use is microfiber towels. But if you want to talk about reducing the risk of scratching your car, so this is getting a little bit more in the weeds of, more than just, hey, how do I fix these mineral deposits on my car? We don't want to scratch your car either. So we're reducing the friction. We're removing the vast majority of dirt and debris on the car on that first foam, the dry foam, right? Dry foam method. And so we are now foaming for lubrication and to do a touch wash. So do a contact wash. But I know on this second foam now, one, I don't have to be as careful, as worried, because I'm not picking up any dirt and debris as I wash the car. But also, the Super Soaper adds a ton of lubrication, and so that towel is going to glide across the surface no problem. And so I'm significantly reducing the amount of scratching, micro marring. And I also know through my torture test that anytime you put a towel to the paint of the car, you're creating friction, which has the potential also to degrade your ceramic coating. So if you touch your car more, you just have the chance of degrading it. So I'm going to do a contact wash here. And then when I'm done with my contact wash, I will add a fresh layer of Tough as Shell. So after I'm done washing this car, I'll come over here and I'll get my bottle of Tough as Shell, and I will do 1 to 2 sprays per panel, rub it in with a nice microfiber towel, and that is my way of adding an additional layer of sunscreen onto the car. So it's not because the Gloss Boss ceramic coating is bad or isn't going to last the 3 to 5 years that I say it's going to, or anything like that. It's about one, I like a shiny smooth car. So this adds a ton of gloss and slickness. 2, it protects the ceramic coating, which is protecting the clear coat. So it's giving me peace of mind that I have the best potential to not have this car have that sunburn like Joanne did. So I hope that clears up a lot of things. Again, Tough as Shell is super, super easy to use. It's 1 to 2 sprays per panel, and especially after you clean a car down with the Super Soaper, you virtually have nothing left on the surface. This car is going to be squeaky clean. It's going to absorb and have Tough as Shell stick onto the panel perfectly, and you will be good to go. So as you can see, I could be a little bit more liberal with my washing because there's nothing on the surface. The surface is already clean. So I do flip the towel from time to time because, you know, there's levels to this. So you could take it as crazy as you want, right? And so, but even then, even down there, look at that. There's virtually no dirt. And so whether, you know, I call Tough as Shell, or excuse me, I call the Super Soaper a touchless wash, and it is either a touchless or a touch it less. So there's that. But hopefully that answers your question, Joanne. Hopefully your name is Joanne. You don't have a different pronunciation of that. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish washing up this car, cleaning up this freshly ceramic coated car, top it with Tough as Shell. It is so slick and so smooth and so nice. I hope that helped explain it a lot easier and more in depth than just an email. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Check out the rest of the series on this truck. I will link everything below. And thanks guys for the support. I appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. See ya.